You ever heard of a poop
I
train?
have
This was
never heard of a poop
that
train,
that was
although I
new.
think I rode it once from Syracuse to New York City inadvertently.
Was before or after you got on it?
New comment. Not saying I didn't contribute to the problem.
I was like, hey, everybody else is doing it.
Really.
I don't want to be the outsider and make anybody feel awkward.
So, so the article was just brilliantly written. I mean, they must have like have this guy in a closet that they don't let out except for when they need puns, and he was out all day that day because I mean they started out with the town where it happened, which I guess is Parrish, Alabama, became the butt of many jokes, and
One of the first
they
lines of Alabama's poop train is no longer raising a
raising a
stink.
stink. Yes. And then towards the end of the story, they tell us that they've got the problem flushed out now.
You know, yeah, you're right. There's some guy in a cubicle, like just leaning back in his chair, kicking his legs with glee. Like,
Yep.
I
They
don't ever
finally
have
got
to
me
work
right
again.
someday.
I'm a genius.
There's a kid or something, you know.
But I am kind of horrified that there's such a thing as a poop train, and I'm sure
So
it's just because I'm, sheltered, live a sheltered life. But I
yeah,
don't know. Guess my vision is that it's flushed away and it's treated
and just goes away.
and just goes away.
Like
But
that Jack Black movie. Do you remember that? It was him and someone else invented this stuff that when you put a few drops of it on dog poop, it would just vanish. And so they became millionaires, but then it was revealed that when it vanished, it all appeared in the same place somewhere else. So there's this monstrous mountain of dog poop, and they're getting sued and everything else. I wish I could remember the name of
nobody
the
can
movie.
figure out where it's coming
Yeah,
from.
yeah.
But yeah, this is a thing. It was. I can't remember what was the town's name. Do you remember?
Parrish,
Parish.
Alabama.
Yeah, and apparently it's just northwest of Birmingham. It's a town of 982 people. They were complaining that the smell from the train was making the outdoors unbearable, sending the odor of excrement wafting whichever way the wind was blowing. Can't come out here and barbecue like I used to, Paris resident Robert Nash said. I know the flies were getting in my house. There are parts of this article that read like something you or I would have put on a
Oh
daily
yeah,
blog. I mean,
definitely.
it really does. But it's a real thing.
I mean, we could have like stripped the NBC News header off and just reposted it on our blog, and probably no one would have noticed because I don't think anybody ever read it other than you and I. But
Well,
yeah,
here's something I find suspicious. Apparently, the train was coming from New York.
hmm,
Like, I don't want to
could
cast any aspersions,
could have been that same
but it
train
was
I
that was
rode to New
yeah.
York City.
Right?
Just they kept filling it after that because I'm talking 1979. This was so imagine that's like 30 years worth, 40 years worth of poop collected on that train, and then of course New York is send it to Alabama.
Right.
Screw them. And don't ask us what time it is. Eat it. I
Apparently, the
saw.
landfill there has been accepting biosolids from New York since last year, but New York said it would stop sending shipments there. And then this is ominous. The article actually says, "At least for now."
Till the next article that pops up that says poop train in state Y instead of Alabama. It could be anyone except for maybe Hawaii and Alaska are not immune to New York City poop.